What time is it? Game time. 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 Going beast mode when the game began. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.
And welcome to the nice edition of the John Peacock Coach Show. I'm John Massoni here with head coach John Peacock. Coach, live. This is cool.
First time live. Yeah, I went to see what's actually on the screen. I'm not sure I'm real happy about it. But it is what it is.
So we're here at Bogey's. Little excitement here tonight. Everybody's getting their pre-Thanksgiving Day meal. Some wings, some burgers, you name it, salads.
You got to set a base. You got to set a base. Order all you can eat wings. Kind of set a base for tomorrow to where you can eat a little bit more food than you're used to eating.
Absolutely right.
You got to kind of stretch the belly tonight.
And because no matter who you are, you go all in on Thanksgiving.
You have to. Even if you don't want to go all in, you end up going all in because you kind of you eat all day.
And what the hard part is, I'm a meat and potatoes kind of. I like the turkey and everything else.
Right.
But it's hard to resist Thanksgiving Day desserts.
You got to try everything.
Well, that's right, because and so and so made the pumpkin pie. So and so made the apple
so
pie.
We'll have at least 26 to 33 desserts, and I'll have to try them all tomorrow. And we'll have, I don't know how many different dishes we'll have, then we'll have to try those as well.
No doubt about it. But for everybody out there, thank you for joining us tonight. And we're going to do like our normal show. We're going to have a highlights part of it. We're talking about next week's game. Of course, we'll talk about last Friday's game, which was a 56-14 win over the Immokalee Indians here at Powell Davis Stadium. And 56-14 seems to be a number that comes up.
We've done that before in the playoffs. The exact score, 56-14 against, I don't remember who, but 56-14, I believe.
And so that's a good omen that number is out there. So, and anyway, but Immokalee comes in. A program on the rise after they had sort of gone independent for a little while, and then now they're back in the playoff system, and they did okay. I mean, they're
like I said, Coach Delgado
right.
is he's a really good high school. He's a really good coach. He's going to get that program where it needs to be. He's only been there. This is the second year, so just give him time, and he's gonna have those guys playing and back in the playoffs and making a run at it like they used to.
Yeah, no, because they are a program that had a lot of success in the past,
right? And
so we'll look forward to seeing if they're going to be there in the future as well. Again, 56-14. Offensively, you kind of had your way with stuff on Friday night. You kind of did what you needed to do.
I think Friday night we kind of overwhelmed them on all phases of the game immediately. Our kids were, they did a great job coming out ready to play football.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then it's not always easy to get a team ready to play when you're playing a team that's 5-5 and they, everyone's telling you, talking about the state championship, and I keep telling people, like, we're in the second round. Like, what are we doing talking about the state championship game?
Not the time for that.
That's some people, there's schools that have never been in a state championship game in the second round talking about it. It's just nuts to me. Like they think it just kind of happens. It's not how it works. But I thought our kids did a great job of staying focused on the task at hand, and they've done a great job of that so far the whole time. They're really. Best way I can say is we do have some good leadership. We do have, I think, for the most part, a mature core to where they understand what we got to do and how we got to do it. And
I've said it before, business-like in some ways.
Yes.
They know what the task ahead is. And I will tell you this: business. Sometimes you say business-like, it's like where they sort of like uptight or they don't. No, they are great teammates too. I love to watch when the twos get in the game. When we had twos in early because we were at running clock time in the second quarter, and so twos get in there, and the hardest cheers for the two players, number twos, are our starters. The ones are out there.
No, we have a good group right now. I'm happy. We want to do everything we can to keep them around and coach them a little bit longer.
So much so that we had a few celebration penalties, but the enthusiasm was you don't want to see that. Obviously, it's a teachable moment, but you appreciated the fact that those kids were every bit as excited for their teammate to score a touchdown as they were to get their own touchdowns, and that to me is something that carries over further on down the road when everybody's sort of on each other's side, thick and thin, rooting for each other, pointing things out. It's a great thing to see, and I'm glad that enthusiasm, even though it's business-like, enthusiasm has been there all year for them.
No, you're exactly right.
So we'll do this. We'll take our first break of the night, come back here, and we will do the highlights tonight. So normally doing a little differently, but tonight we'll have them running live, and we'll be able to comment on the highlights from the 56-14 win for the Venice Indians. We'll be back here at Bogies right after this.
We would like to take a moment to thank these sponsors for making this show a possibility. Jenkins Chevrolet, State College of Florida, Bogies of Venice, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Absolute Aluminum, Chick-fil-A Pelican Plaza, Douglas Jeep, and Lightning Fast Car Wash.
Education, career, future. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
And we're back here on the John Peacock Coaches Show, again, live tonight from Bogies. And, Coach, and I always say this, but when you have 56 points and you got all that, you got a lot of highlights.
I think the highlights are
at.
long tonight, so we'll have to take a look at them.
No doubt. We'll go ahead and cue that up, Francis, and we'll go ahead and get those highlights started. And there we are.
Judson took over our kickoff duties. This is his first week. He did a great job. The opening kickoff had 2 touchbacks. We haven't been having touchbacks, but he was able to get 2 touchbacks in the game. Defensively, we came out strong. We had numerous sacks. I don't know, you probably know the stats better, but I think Ryan Daly gets in there.
And he's the guy. At the beginning of he is always in the backfield early in the games, and so it's a good sign to see him get hot again and be there in the backfield.
They kind of bobbled a snap here, and we were able to get a safety here early on. And you'll see here.
Yeah, it was a
Chris Lee makes a great play there in the backfield.
Eli Seed scoops it up and gets the safety.
So they didn't start the game off like they wanted, I'm sure, but with a safety. Then they had the kickoff, kind of push back in their territory, and Zakarl had a great return here. I was kind of teasing him on the sidelines. I think the kicker tackled him. I could not believe it, but he can make some people miss.
That first cut right there is dangerous.
And I see the kicker right there gets him. Get back inside the 30. We did have a holding call that pushed us back to the 50. And offensively, we came out, hit on all cylinders. Gator, his first carry was about a carry of a 20-yard gain. I think he only had 5 carries on the night.
Yeah, but that was the way things were going. It was spread out and 40-some plays, and that's all you needed to get the 56 points.
Good throw and catch from Glasser to Matulovic. Gets us inside the 10, and then I think Gator has his second carry of the night for a touchdown here. Good blocking up front. Everyone's getting on their man. Did a great job up front all night.
And I like saying I like seeing those number 60s and 70s in the end zone on a play like that. That means that they're blocking downfield and hustling.
Did a great job with our 2-point plays here. I think we were perfect on the night. Coach Hunter and Coach Nickerson do a great job of formulating a game plan for those 2-point conversion plays. And
Gassati's doing a nice job making the decisions with it too. So
again, just defensively, we were. I want to say they had 40 yards total offense.
Yeah, in the first half they had negative yardage rushing, and that was Eli Jones on that tackle. So there's Daly making some headway with Shari getting the mop up on the sack. But again, all four defensive linemen had tackles for losses, and I want to say I think 3 of them had solo sacks, and maybe one all had a hand in one of them.
See Carl here, he's able to get about 10 yards. I'm not sure how he did that, but he went inside. I don't know why it was.
We thought the play was dead, and he kept moving, so that was a really good play by him.
But again, we're going to get the ball in his hands and let him make some plays. Again, you see he just picks up 15 yards there like it's just nothing, just whipping the ball out to him. It's just like a run play for us, so we like it.
And Jaden had a good game, Jaden Glasser.
Yeah, I think he hit his first 15 passes.
First 15 passes.
And you see here's a Carl here with a touchdown, and I think we pulled him after the first quarter.
I didn't see him after that. Yeah, no doubt about that. But like I said, Jaden, I didn't even realize he had the first 15 until I did the stats after the first quarter, and it was like, wow, he's got 15 in a row. And again, that bodes well for him, and of course the receivers getting open and making the catches too.
We'll see Gassati there with another 2-point play. Really we'll just base off numbers with a 2-point play, decide what we're going to run, or decide if we're going to kick it. Zakarl here with another good kickoff, our punt return here. again, like we just want to get the ball in his hands. Like he does some special things.
I noticed in that play too, Coach, there wasn't a lot of guys downfield, so it means they're doing some good blocking to give him some space to scoop that ball up. So kudos to the return team.
See another carry by Gator. I think like I said, he had 5 carries on the night. Probably 5 of them are probably all 5 are in the highlights. I'm not sure.
Quick pass
Again,
out to
Gasati here on the outside. He can make some plays too as well. We've been blessed with some good players on the outside, the edges that can make some things happen.
And not afraid to catch it in traffic either.
No, not at all.
That was a jump off sides there when I first saw it, but they I guess they didn't break the line of scrimmage.
See Ryan there. Gets down. I thought he got in there, but they marked him at the 1, and I think Gator was able to
he sneaks
punch it in here from the 1. And that's his 4th carry, so there's one more missing. I don't know where it's at, but there's one more missing.
And right there, I mean, they're in the end zone, and again, now you see the lead is building. And so
we started off to a really, really good start. I think it was 33-0 in the first quarter.
Because you're still in the first quarter right now, so.
Again, just a little different look here for the 2-point play.
And a kid like him, has he ever taken shotgun snaps before, or is that something he's?
Yeah, he when he was at Mooney, he actually played quarterback for a year.
Okay.
Another good kickoff, nice high and deep. We're able to get down there and get him inside the 20.
That was Brantley on the play there.
Yeah, Brantley did a nice job getting down there, making a play.
And I'll tell you the truth, they actually did better with the touchback. I don't think they had a return out past the 20.
I know. Yeah, they did.
So
was
going
actually
in the end zone was almost beneficial for them.
Probably, if you ask me, like the biggest improvement from the beginning of the year until now, I mean, I have to say it's our kickoff team and our punt team. Even though we haven't punted in a couple weeks.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a huge improvement.
Our punter and Kay Judson has really done a nice job. And I don't want to say I don't want him to punt ever again, but if we do punt, you'll see that what the improvement is. Again, Gasati on the edge, nice run by him. Picks up about 20 yards.
That was a little Wildcat that time. You had Gator in there.
Gator at Wildcat.
This is a heck of a play right here.
Yeah, this is
Charles Lester.
I think this is plays that's gone viral. What a heck of a play, heck of a throw, heck of a catch.
My unenthusiastic announcing on it, because I was just stunned as to what he was doing right there. Made it look not easy, but he definitely made it look like that's a heck of a play right there. That's one of the ones you want to watch over again.
See Jackson Moss get in there, make some plays.
Yeah, he came right in and tackled for loss.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job. He's been doing a really nice job.
This was a mix of the 1s and the 2s, which was interesting.
You see Shari and Bryant in there for another sack. How many sacks did we have Friday night?
I want to say 5. I'm pretty sure 5. It's one of those ones that sometimes the quarterback gets back to the line of scrimmage, that kind of thing. But definitely he was harassed the entire time.
This is a great play, yeah.
Yeah, that's Judson.
Judson had a good night on special teams and obviously on defense. This is a big-time return here for a touchdown.
And the ball was there, but he just kind of took it away.
Yeah, kind of ripped it out of his hands.
And that's the aggression, the turnovers you need in playoff games especially.
I like how everyone's excited about that.
That's what I mean. It's they're guy gets in the end zone for the first time, the defense scores, everybody's excited.
Another 2-point play there.
Gasati showed a little power in the run right there to get through, get in on that one. So see, defense scored. You had a safety, a bunch of 2-point conversions. So points were scored all over from different variations.
Yeah, defense scored 8 points.
Yeah. Good stuff.
We're doing a much better job of getting to the ball. Just our effort to the ball on defense has improved. And
again, pressured, and then cleaned up by Carter Dalton right there.
Yeah, sacked by Carter Dalton.
And he waited, until he saw an opportunity. He didn't come running after him right
No,
away.
he did a great job. He stayed in coverage, and then he accelerated right out of it to make a play.
Good play by Galloway right there, too. He made a nice tackle for loss. I want to say there was probably 8 tackles for loss, most of them in the first half. There's a Carl right there with another catch.
Yeah, I think this is one of his
probably
last
his
plays
end, yeah.
there. Gasati again. But it was pretty impressive with Jaden going 15 of 15 to start the game.
Just in tempo, in rhythm. Balls are very catchable.
Letting the receivers make plays after the ball's thrown in the perfect spot where they can get some yards after the catch. Very Cord Sandberg-esque.
I'm saying comfortable, like almost like slow motion comfortable. It's not, but it's like boop, boom, 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 and you just love to see that. There's quick pop out to Jackson Scott.
That's 2 weeks in a row. Jackson, the week before he was, I think, an inch away from scoring.
That's the
on that play.
Yeah, very close. And that time he's wide open.
Another 2-point here play.
That was.
Some of these almost too easy. When we were getting them.
that one in particular was one of the easier ones for sure.
Again, here's another great kick by Judson. We stop him. This guy, inside the 10.
And again, Brantley and
Brantley
Fleming
down
on
there.
that one, doing a nice job down there. And they said that you see how it gets, down on the 4-yard line. So.
And we almost able to come up with a safety here. They just kept themselves out. And then at the end of this, they're punting from their own 1, and the guy has an absolute amazing punt. He punts it 70 yards in the air.
Yeah, it was
it was 60 yards in the air.
78-yard punt, I think.
Unbelievable.
Again, there's a bunch of guys, some twos. Zarkowitz in the game now, and you still got some of the ones out there. Zashari.
Yeah, we're still in the first half.
Yeah. But it's good. Like I said, they're getting. You see Kanai out there doing. He's playing a little corner, and that's where the punt ended up. So you can see how far.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where the punt
ended up. Yep.
And we see we got the backup skill guys in. It's still the second quarter.
Macho in there.
Macho had some nice runs. He runs really hard. Does a really nice job.
That's a good throw. And bad. That was a pretty nasty face mask penalty, but he shook it off.
Yeah, Gasati's tough now. He's we call him Peter McNeely. He's a boxer. He's a tough kid.
And then again, right there, Glasser finds Matulovic once again. Matulovic was the leading receiver in the game. I think he had 5.
Yeah, had a nice job. He had a nice game. I think it's 2 plays right down to the 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's Macho again.
Yeah, nice run by Macho.
Runs under control. He's not all over the place. Makes good cuts, spin moves, everything you want to see.
Right here, we're getting right at the end of the half, and we attempt a field goal right there, and we missed
Didn't get it. Yeah.
This is the second half. We got Alex Schaefer in the game. I tell you what, he made 2 of the nicest throws, which I put them both on here. We got one was we got called back for illegal formation, and he comes right back and does it again. I mean, perfect throws. Does a nice job running the ball.
Yeah, he does.
He's aggressive. He hits the hole hard. Defensively, Heenan came up with his second interception. The second defense played good. Kisovic almost came up with an interception there.
That was right in his hands, right to the ground almost.
Heenan leads all the linebackers with 2 interceptions.
Yep.
And I think it's right here coming up.
Right into coverage. He's looking, boom, right there.
Yep, does a nice job and gives the ball right back to us.
He spiked the ball.
Very, very. You see, everyone's very, very excited for him.
It's good to see. It really is. Game in hand, you see that. Here's one of the throws right here.
Yeah, I mean, he just drops it in there perfectly, and Malachi does a great job going up and catching it, high pointing it. Flag on that one, so that didn't count, and we ended up coming back a couple plays later. See Macho here with another nice
But, yeah,
run.
you're right. Almost the same distance, a 32-yard pass play right here.
It was absolutely beautiful to see.
And right on fate, right on time, boom.
Right there, good protection.
I mean,
Malachi,
that's actually a better throw than the first one.
and Malachi does a good job again going up top and making the play. He almost looks like the same exact play, but does a nice job there.
Had good running back, but he really didn't get going with much in that game either.
No, defensively we did a great job.
Zarkowitz
all night.
with the tackle on that one. Another quick one right here. Good play by Rue.
Rue, yeah, he does a great job for our scout team. But obviously we had a lot of highlights.
Yeah, no doubt.
The kids played, like I said, they were ready to play right off the bat. Played extremely well. There's wasn't really a whole lot of things that went wrong for us in the first quarter. We were executing on offense. Defensively, we were overwhelming them, and then special teams was great. So, we did a lot of good things to start the game off.
Only thing you could say, Coach, maybe a little bit on the penalties again, just to clean that up a little bit. And that's
and I think most of the penalties were on the defensive side. It wasn't pre-snap offensive stuff.
It was that enthusiasm thing. You saw he threw the ball down, gets a penalty, that kind of thing. So it wasn't anything that was like pivotal in any sense of the word.
But we do have to clean that up. We did put some emphasis on it this week. Talked about it, being a mature football team and be able to handle the moment. When you make a play, let's not cancel out a good play that we made by doing something that's not very smart.
And now this week coming up, you got a team that you know very well. Riverview Rams come in for the regional finals at Powell Davis Stadium, and they're closing the gap. You got something where that things are getting a little tougher. And we're expecting a game.
I think at some point in our first game, they're up 14-7 with the ball, going in to go up 3 scores, and we kind of know how that feels. That's kind of what Armwood did to us.
Mm-hmm.
And, so we were lucky to get out of there with a win. Ball kind of bounced our way throughout the rest of the game in order to do that. So we know that we have a big task at hand. We're going to have to play a really, really good football game because we played a really good game against them the first time. We didn't make a whole lot of mistakes, and they were still right there getting ready to knock us off.
So with that, we'll take a break, come back here at Bogies, and we'll talk a little bit more about the game on Friday night, the where, the wows, the whens, and what to expect from everybody as far as the game is concerned. So with that, we'll take a break. Be back here at Bogies right after this.
We would like to take a moment to thank these sponsors for making this show a possibility. Jenkins Chevrolet, State College of Florida, Bogies of Venice, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Absolute Aluminum, Chick-fil-A Pelican Plaza, Douglas Jeep, and Lightning Fast Car Wash.
Education, career, future. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
And we're back here on the John Peacock Coach Show live tonight from Bogies. And Coach, started a little bit talk about the Riverview game, the regional final game against Riverview at Powell Davis Stadium. Offensively, Riverview, what do they have to bring to the table that we saw maybe in the first game and maybe we've seen over a few other games?
Well, I think they're really a balanced team. They have a really good quarterback in Braxton Thomas, who's a 6'4" guy that is explosive in the run game, runs the ball extremely hard. Yeah. We saw that in the first game we played.
Yeah, no doubt about
that. They relied on him a lot the first game we played, and he ran the ball extremely hard and converted on third and fourth downs when they needed him to. They have another running back and DJ Johnson who was another guy that I've said all along, like, I don't know if he has a great top end speed, but he runs the ball really, really hard. Tough kid, extremely hard. And then they got a younger guy, Belk, whatever, and he's a little bit faster, a little bit shiftier, and he comes in and does a nice job and gets some big yards. And they have, I think one of the biggest things about their offense and their best things about what makes their offense go is their tight ends. They have number 87, who's a really good blocker in their offense, and then they have another big tight end. They either 90 or 82, and sometimes they get in a wing position, and they kind of just mash you and kind of put a lot of bodies over there and run right at you, run strong, run to the tight end side. But I think he's kind of behind the scenes. I think that tight end is what really makes him go in some areas.
Passing game wise, obviously Braxton Thomas came in and he's a pretty highly touted guy. You know what I mean? And they got some receivers out there that can make some plays.
Yeah,
as well.
Amp Campbell is one of the best receivers in our area. So we're going to have to do a good job of matchups, and they kind of put him in different spots and different formations. They do a nice job. Brody Wiseman, the offense coordinator, is he's half genius. They got some half machines on offense, and they got half genius, calling their plays. And he does a nice job of setting things up, and does a nice job of putting players in positions for them to be successful. So we're going to have to do a good job of matchups and being able to line up correctly.
And traditionally, the real strength has always been the offensive line, and you're not missing that party as well either, man, because they're going to.
No, yeah, they're big and physical
big,
up front. Yeah. They're tough kids. Riverview's always tough, and that's one ingredient you always need to have a good football team. You got to be tough, and so they have a tough offensive line, tough tight end, and. I think the biggest thing is that running back they have. He's willing to, you're able to hand him the ball 30 times and get the tough yards. So, like I've said all along, we're going to have to play a really good football game to win this. And I don't think people really understand like how fortunately we were the first game to get out of it with a victory. And like I said, we played well. We played really well and got out of there with a victory.
You're right.
So we can't expect to go into the game and not play well and win it.
Yeah, no doubt. So with that, we'll take a break, come back and talk a little bit about their defense, which you obviously are going to be coaching and going against personally. Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll come back here after this break, talk a little Riverview defense, and, of course, obviously wanting people to come to the game, how to get there, what not.
I don't think we're going to have to entice anybody to come to the game.
Not this week, that's for sure. With that, we'll take a break. Be right back here on the John Peacock Coach Show after this.
We would like to take a moment to thank these sponsors for making this show a possibility. Jenkins Chevrolet, State College of Florida, Bogies of Venice, Venice Pest Control, Sarasota Ford, Absolute Aluminum, Chick-fil-A Pelican Plaza, Douglas Jeep, and Lightning Fast Car Wash.
Education, career, future. Find yours right here at the State College of Florida. If you want a flexible schedule with classes offered on campus and online, plus several program options for in-demand fields, look no further. Create your own path today at scf.edu.
And we're back here again on the John Peacock Coaches Show. And, Coach, obviously you being offensive play caller, head coach, the defense is something that you've sort of probably kept your eye on maybe a little more intensely than the offense. But what do we expect from their defense?
Well, they've made some personnel changes. They've actually you're going to see Campbell, their best receiver. He's going to play a little bit of defense. You're going to see their running back, DJ Johnson, play a little bit of defense as well, outside linebacker and
all in.
Possibly free
game,
safety.
Right?
Yeah, they're going to try to match up with our guys. Obviously, I think they probably feel that they're going to need those guys in the field in order to stop CJ and Lester and Matulovic and all of our receivers. So, we're going to have to do a good job of making sure we're not thrown into coverage. We're making our good reads by the quarterback. One of these, that's kind of exciting for me as a play caller. Like, hey, we're going to be in a ball game, a tough ball game.
Yeah.
And now we're going to see, what Gator does with 15, 20 carries.
Sure.
Because we've, the last couple of weeks we've been seeing like 5, 6, 4,
yeah.
3, as far as carries go. So we'll be able to see them. And, Gator's always excited to play local teams, Riverview, Sarasota. It's always, I don't have to ever get him up for that. I mean, he is ready to go, ready to play. And same with Dooney. Like, Dooney had 1 carry last week.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So we have 2 really good running backs, and they combined for 6 carries last week. So, and I think, the receivers as well. I mean, you got, CJ, I don't know how many catches he had, but all of them got into the play.
Everybody.
Barksdale
didn't play.
Barksdale didn't play last week because he had a little injury, and we're trying to get him, back to 100%. And he's back this week. But, it's nice when everyone gets a little play and gets a little, touch the ball, and we can use their strengths and put them in spots to where, hey, you're really good at this in this situation, and hey, you're really good at this in this situation, and be able to play to their strengths and get the ball. Now, that's one thing I'm excited about. Like, hey, we're going in, and we got all the bullets in the chamber, and let's see what kind of offense we are.
And over the year, you've seen Gasati run the ball.
Right.
You know, you've seen Barksdale run the ball, CJ run the ball. Everybody's done different stuff. Getting ball in their hands because they are all good with the run after the catch or the ball in the hand, and it's good to see that. And I think if I'm thinking that the way I think, they probably like the fact that they're getting the ball touches in multiple ways.
Right, there's no doubt, but it's just nice to, hey, we're going in and we know we're playing a formidable opponent. We're going to be able to use everything that we have, all of our weapons, and we're full strength right now. Our offensive line is. Obviously, they get better each week. Coach Hunter does a great job with them and getting them ready for each game. And we know the gap's closing, and we're trying to do everything we can to make sure it doesn't close.
Yeah.
And we're going to fight tooth and nail so it doesn't. And so we're excited about the game, and I think we're going to get a lot of people there. Coach Shannon was selling tickets tonight.
Yeah,
he said he got there, and there was a line all the way out to Venice Ave.
They're ready to go.
Yeah.
7:30, Powell Davis Stadium. These are the games that you remember. These are the games that the town remembers, and everybody else. So hopefully it's a good memory, and hopefully everybody gets there and their enthusiasm is at the peak. Because we do know for a fact that when the crowd is into it, like it can be for one of these games, it definitely makes a difference for the players, the coaches, everybody involved. So fans, don't think that you're not, doing something that's given everybody a big lift when you're there, because you need to get into it and get as fired up.
Great
as everybody
weather. Going to be. You got to bring your sweatshirt
it's
tomorrow.
Football.
We got a live
weather,
podcast. Man. We got a live podcast coming up after this. We have a special guest
yes.
for our podcast. So
a long-awaited special guest.
Yeah, you're going to give us like 15 minutes to switch everything over, and then we'll be live here on our podcast.
No doubt with that. So again, we'll tune in for that. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and say goodbye from the John Peacock Coach Show tonight. Appreciate Bogies having us and having you here, and having a good Thanksgiving for everybody out there. Hopefully, when and if you're watching it, you've already either eaten or are going to eat or whatever it may be, and you're enjoying your meal.
You got to get a pregame. You get a pregame tonight.
Absolutely, no doubt. Do that for sure. So with that, we'll say goodbye from the John Peacock Coaches Show and be back here in about 20 minutes for our podcast. Thank you all, and we'll see you back here in a little bit.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
What time is it? Game time. 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 Going beast mode when the game began. I worked all summer to be a champion. At Venice High School, all we do is win. Man, it feel good to be an Indian.